Hey there. I am live at our West LA clinic today and really excited to share some things with you that we've been learning, we've been doing together here at Reactive. If I haven't met you before, my name is Julie Hirschberg. I'm the owner of Reactive Therapy and Wellness in the Los Angeles area. I'm currently at our West LA clinic, and every Friday we come in to just share what we have been doing and learning. And a lot of that has to do with movement disorders because we have our movement disorder fellowship program, which, by the way, our applications are open right now if you're a therapist looking to grow a little bit in the movement disorders world. We'd love to have you here. And we are sandwiched between two of our courses right now. So last week we did a course on freezing of gait and Parkinson's. And next month we have our biggest weekend course. It's with Mike Studer, and it's on neuropracticity, which is a lot of the themes and theoretical concepts of motor learning applied to neurologic disorders. And today, one of the key topics that spans both of those courses is dual task. And I don't know if you're a therapist like me, sometimes you get in a bit of a funk with your creative treatment ideas. I know for me, I might end up using kind of the same piece of equipment or same sequence of tasks with people over and over and just get a little stuck. That doesn't happen to me all the time, but it happens. And it's one of the reasons I really love working with a team like we have at Reactive. So we've got 20 people now on our team, which is amazing to me. And to have 20 people with really creative ideas to problem solve and try new things with is just really brings me joy. So one of the things that I love is like being at the clinic and looking around to see what people are doing and seeing how people are making therapy really fun and engaging. And this happens really the most in dual task training. That's something that I really love, and it's so applicable to many different diagnoses. Last week in our mini course, we really talked about how this was beneficial for freezing of gait, but it's for so much more. So today we're going to talk about what types of neurologic disorders most benefit from dual task training, some of our favorite pieces of equipment. So I've loaded up here. We're going to go around the clinic too and show you a bunch of things that are literally just like up on the wall all the time around here, and give you some creative ideas. So let's start off first. Maybe you're like, well, what do you even mean dual task? And dual task is simultaneously performing greater than two tasks or greater than or equal to two tasks, greater than one task. Each task has a distinct and measurable goal. So an example is that we do this a lot. We might walk and talk. So we're walking, that has a purposeful goal. I just walked with one of our colleagues, Brittany Kim, to get some coffee. The walking had a goal. We were talking, we were actually doing our education planning meeting as we were walking. So that had a different goal. So two goals. We were dual tasking. And boy, did I love it. It was also outside, so it was really nice. There's just loads of evidence here. I do want to give a shout out to, if you're in the physical therapy world, we have a big meeting happening right now. It ends next week. It's called Combined Sections Meeting. There's a talk next Tuesday. Anson Rosenfeld, Jay Alberts, and their colleagues from the Cleveland Clinic are talking about some of their research in how multimodal training can help with some of the temporal features of gait and the postural aspects of gait in people with Parkinson's. I highly recommend, if you're attending CSM, I highly recommend that talk. I've downloaded the outline. It looks really great. And they're sharing some of their research. I'll post a link in here for you. It was just published in 2019 showing how this improved people's walking. So let me post a link in there to that article that you can grab. It looks great. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to that because there's a lot of learning happening this month with CSM. There's also been a couple of systematic reviews that show that dual task training improves other tasks. So it improves gait velocity under a single task. It improves stride length. And this is across the board with many diagnoses: Parkinson's, Alzheimer's disease as well, brain injury. It also can improve balance and cognition in people. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing that I'm often striving for in myself as well. There was another recent review, and so I love just sharing some of this literature. So this particular article, let me drop a link in here, is another really great motor dual task summary. And then this recent review article really showed how dual task training is beneficial for many people. Let me drop the link in here for you as well. Again, all of this coming out in just the last couple of years, but many people with different clinical conditions benefit from the dual task training. And in this systematic review, the last one that I posted, the benefits included cognitive function, memory, physical performance, gait, balance, all things that we're looking to improve with many people. So we mentioned freezing of gait. That's a really big one that dual task training improves, freezing of gait in Parkinson's. We've seen evidence for dual task training improving walking in people post-stroke. It is a big part of training in functional movement disorders because the disorder itself is partially an attentional issue and those attentional brain circuits. So the dual task training changes that circuitry. So that's something that we use a lot. Dual task training is also a big part of our concussion program and progressing when somebody has post-concussion symptoms. And is part of the evidence base for that training. So we can see it in many, many different populations. So this is why when I give you a tour of our space, you'll see that we just have it set up everywhere because we see a lot of these disorders. We see a lot of people with functional movement disorders. We see a lot of people post-concussion. We see a lot of people with Parkinson's. And this is the type of training that can be really helpful. I should also say another particular group that you might not have thought of that can benefit from dual task training is somebody with dizziness, particularly chronic dizziness. Because when we can start to use the sensory system a little bit more and decrease the reliance on the visual system by doing some visually distracting tasks when the person's ready for them, then that also can promote neuroplasticity. So next, I wanted to show you some equipment. So I have my table set up with some of my favorites, but I wanted to mention the dizziness because this is one of my favorite things. So this is a headband ball. You can get it on Amazon. It is really designed to make your hair look great, but it is designed for boxing training. But basically you've got the ball like this and you can see how good I am at it, but you're hitting it. Now, you can do so many things with it. What I love is to actually put some things to visually track on here. So you have that part of the dual task. You can use it as an external focus for head turning, for dystonia, so many things. But then add this to walking, add this to stepping responses, and this is a really great dual task. I've had many people really tell me they just love it. Easy for somebody to use at home. So that's one piece of equipment that I really love. By the way, like there are loads of amazing technological advancements and apps and things. So this is not about all the apps. There are some great apps for this. I wanted to just show you really like cheap, simple equipment that you might have. One of my favorites, playing cards. So we keep these out at the clinic because we use them a lot. I'll show you them on the wall in a minute here. But with playing cards, we can do set shifting. So one task on a red, another task on the black. One of my favorites is just on the treadmill, step on the black, step over the red, and so on. Just throwing cards down pretty fast like that. You can also do math with these. So sequential adding, sequential subtracting. You can make the card stand for right, left, stop, go with the different suits and things. So simple deck of cards can really give you a lot of options. So that's another one of my favorite things. Probably one of the most used here is the Stroop, and I posted something on our Facebook page. We're actually doing a giveaway right now on our Instagram page, so I posted a link there where if you follow us and comment, you can have a chance to win our Stroop and our directional cue cards. They're in a cool little case, but basically we have the Stroop words on here, the Stroop colors, and we can fly through them through a deck of cards. So the Stroop, what we're asking somebody to do is inhibit. You might want to say blue on this, but I'm going to ask you to instead say the color of the font. So you're going to say red instead. And so then we can go down, we can go back through them, we can alternate. Okay, say the color of the font, then just read the word. Color of the font, read the word. I like that shifting kind of practice with that. So we use this a lot with another task, right? So sometimes we'll just start with this, then we'll add another task. Right here, I have like the two of our bikes beside us. We could do this while we're on the bike. We could do it on the treadmill. We could do it stepping over objects. We can do it during a 4-square step test. We can do it really in any different position. A couple of things that I like for positions, by the way, are these. These are so fun. Again, on Amazon, just feet, and they have like a little thing so it kind of sticks to the floor, and some hands. Different colors. You can see on some of them we put numbers too. On some of our feet we have numbers and colors so you can do different sequences, which also starts to pull in some memory work. So we kind of get our cognitive rehab with our motor tasks. And then finally, and then I'm going to show you around the clinic here at some of the things we have set up. I love boxing. And when we have our targets, I really love this particular tape. It's like a whiteboard tape, so we can write on it. So not only can we do a different sequence of punch, we can have it directed by the tape and what's written on the tape. So we can do a go, no go for the punching, or we can do yellow means no hit, and then we can change it. Yellow means hit. So, so really fun to just put different things on your targets there for boxing. Okay, I'm going to show you a few things here around the clinic. Hopefully this is not too crazy as we go, but one of my my favorites here is sticky notes. Sticky notes on the wall here. So you can see these behind me. You can see these are just letters of the alphabet. So a little bit of a trail making that we can do. So what we would have somebody do is find, and maybe they're going to reach up to A, and then they have to find B, and oh, sorry, let me get the camera angle right, and C, and so on. So then they're going to start connecting these. So this is a trail making activity, like the trail making A, B, but now they're doing it with reaching. We could do it also with tossing a ball as we're stepping or working on some balance. I really like to add numbers to this so you can do that set shifting, 1 to A to 2, 2 to B, and so on. That's the trail making B. So you can see a lot of our walls look like this. I want to show you actually one thing that we do have here too. We have a little whiteboard wall, and we've got our Stroop kind of always up there, so that's helpful to have. And then coming around here to our lovely window, I'm going to see if the light's not too bright for us here. But a lot of times we'll put these on the wall, and we can use this as visual targets. We can do it similar to the trail making, but now it's a little more complex. We might go by suit. we might go by number, we might alternate black and red, and we can use this as a naming task while somebody's right here on the bike in front of me, or a reaching task. There's so many options that we can do with that particularly. And then finally, I want to show you over here. These are some of my favorites right here. Just simply scarves. So one of the nice things with a scarf if we're doing a motor task is if we have a couple of colors, I might throw one is move forward, the other is move backwards. And so if we want to work on that starting and stopping for somebody, then we can do that here with the scarves and a color cue for starting and stopping. So you got a little mini mini tour of our clinic and all the dual task pieces that we have set up. And I hope that was helpful. I do want to tell you, you should head over to our Instagram page, because what we did in our giveaway is we asked people to share their favorite ideas for dual task. And there are so many things there. So if you ever feel like you are stuck, you should go there, because there's great ideas. Somebody just posted today that they use naming flavors of ice cream. And I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds great. I want to use that one. I love ice cream. So lots of great ideas over on our Instagram page. And you can sign up for our giveaway for our dual task cards. Dual task made super easy. So thank you so much for joining me today with all of those ideas for dual tasks that you can really use anywhere. You don't have to be in the clinic to use it. Really simple, cheap ideas for dual tasks made easy. And I posted the articles as well, so you can take a look at those, see the great evidence for dual task training in neurologic disorders. And I will see you again next week. Thanks so much.